You built a real store, with real products people want. Then you opened Meta this quarter and your sales looked like they fell off a cliff, even though your bank balance did not match the panic. Here is the truth. In 2026 Meta changed how it counts, what data it uses, and what it charges, all at once. And those changes made your dashboard tell a scarier story than reality. Before I break it down, subscribe, because I publish one build like this every day, and the next one could be the fix that keeps you from cutting an ad that was actually working. In this video I walk through exactly what changed on Meta this year, and how I rebuild your measurement so the number you act on is the real one. The first change is how Meta credits a sale. It used to fold in people who liked, saved, shared, or commented on an ad and later bought. In 2026 Meta split those out into a separate engage-through category, and only a real link click now counts toward your click-through conversions. Nothing about your ads or your buyers changed, but your reported conversion count dropped anyway, sometimes sharply. If you did not know this happened, you would swear your ads suddenly stopped working. Stores that panicked here cut their best campaigns over a bookkeeping change. The sales were still coming in. Meta just stopped putting some of them in the column you were watching. The second change is about data, and it confuses a lot of owners. In 2026 Meta removed the old off-platform activity opt-out and rolled out a new control instead. Read the fine print, though, because that new setting only stops Meta from using a person's data to personalize their own feed and answers. It does not stop your store from sending that data to Meta in the first place. So the responsibility to collect and send data honestly, with a clear consent choice, still sits with you, not with the platform. Getting this right protects you legally and keeps the trust that makes people buy again. Getting it wrong risks fines and a brand people quietly stop believing. The third change hits your budget directly. Through 2026 Meta added location-based fees of up to 5% on ads delivered in several countries, including the United Kingdom, France, Italy, Spain, and others, to cover local digital taxes. On its own, 5% sounds small, stacked on acquisition costs that were already climbing, and on top of reporting that now undercounts your sales. It means every wasted impression costs you more than it did last year. You cannot afford to be blind in this environment. The stores that win are the ones feeding the algorithm clean, complete data so it spends on real buyers, not the ones guessing while the fees quietly eat the margin. Here is what I actually do about all of it. I stop leaning on Meta's browser pixel and its reported number, and I send your sales to Meta server-side with the Conversions API, matched on hashed first-party data like email and order details that you own outright. That gives the algorithm cleaner, more complete signal, which is exactly what it now needs to find buyers at a good cost. Then, and this is the part almost nobody does, I reconcile Meta's reported sales against your real store revenue every week, so you always know the gap between the dashboard and the bank. Once you can see that gap, the dashboard stops scaring you, and you start making decisions on what really happened. So how do you actually run ads in this new reality? First, treat Meta's number as one input, not the verdict, and judge each campaign against the real orders and revenue in your own store. Second, watch your true cost to win an order after fees, not the reported return on ad spend the platform hands you, because that reported figure now leaves sales out and ads fees in. Third, slow down. Give any change at least 2 weeks before you react, so a reporting dip or a quiet week does not trick you into killing a winner. Calm, reconciled numbers beat a panicked read of a dashboard that changed the rules on you mid-game. So here is how I can help. If you want to know exactly how far your meta reporting has drifted from your real sales and where, I run a 72-hour audit for $497 and show you the gap event by event. If you want me to rebuild your measurement with server-side tracking, the Conversions API, clean first-party data, and a weekly reconciliation, I do that in a 14-day sprint that starts at $3,500. Comment the word report if your meta sales look down this year, and subscribe, because tomorrow I take a real store and make every sale countable again, start to finish.